Hello, my friends, and welcome to another deep dive into the mind. There's a secret way to control your mind that is the exact opposite of what you've always been told. By the end of this video, you'll understand how to not just silence intrusive thoughts, but actually use them to your advantage. But to get there, we have to start with a white polar bear. If you learn this secret, your relationship with anxiety and worry will change forever. All right, imagine I tell you. Think about anything you want, just do not think about a white polar bear. What happens? Exactly. Your mind is suddenly filled with a big, fluffy, white polar bear probably crunching through the snow. It's as if your brain has a reverse button. The harder you try not to think about something, the louder it screams inside your head. The common belief is that to get rid of a thought, you have to fight it, to suppress it. But science says this fight is like pouring gasoline on a fire. Your brain has a hidden surveillance system designed to sabotage this very battle. What is this system, and why does it seem to work against you? Let's imagine your brain is a castle with two guards. Guard number one is your conscious, intentional guard. You give it an order. Hey, don't let that anxious thought inside. And it does its best to distract you, to focus on other things. This guard is your willpower, and it uses a lot of energy. But there's another guard, guard number two. This one works secretly, in the background, and its job is bizarre. It constantly has to scan the castle to make sure that forbidden thought isn't there. And in the process of scanning for it, it keeps reminding you of it. This is called the ironic process, or the rebound effect. When you're tired, stressed, or multitasking, guard number one runs out of energy. That's when guard number two, the hidden surveillance system, takes over, bringing that intrusive thought back with a vengeance. The result is more anxiety, more obsession, and that hopeless feeling that you have no control over your own mind. So, if fighting is useless, maybe running away is the answer. The first escape route is distraction. But not all escapes are successful. There's what we call unfocused distraction, like when you mindlessly scroll through social media. This might offer a moment of relief, but because it's not deeply engaging, it allows guard number two to keep doing its job, even creating new links between your unwanted thought and other random things. But there's another way to flee. Focused distraction. This means consciously pouring all your attention into one specific demanding task. For example, try counting down from 1,000 by sevens. Or recall every single word of a song you know by heart. Or lose yourself completely in a great movie. Because your brain's attention capacity is limited, when you fully occupy it, there's simply no room left for the intrusive thought. This is a fantastic short-term tool for moments of peak anxiety, like a temporary pause button. But remember, it's still an escape, and it doesn't fix the underlying problem. But this is where the story takes a fascinating twist. What if I told you there's a type of suppression that not only works, but can actually strengthen your brain against intrusive thoughts? New research has revealed a technique called retrieval stopping that can neutralize the rebound effect. This is an active, conscious suppression. How is it different from that useless battle we talked about before? Here, instead of just saying, "I don't want to think about it," you actively command your brain to block the neural pathway that leads to that thought or memory. You acknowledge the thought, but you consciously decide not to let it enter your full awareness. Practicing this is like a workout for your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for control and braking. This training strengthens a chemical called GABA, which acts as the nervous system's brake pedal. The results have been astonishing. People who practiced this technique not only avoided the rebound effect, but they also experienced less anxiety and fewer negative thoughts for months afterward. This means we can literally train our brains to have better breaks. Now, this is an advanced technique often done with professional guidance, but it shows that our relationship with our thoughts is far more complex than a simple fight. But the most powerful strategy of all might not be fighting or fleeing. Perhaps the solution is to welcome it in. Imagine your intrusive thoughts are just clouds in the sky. You are the sky. You can't stop the clouds from coming, but you don't have to fight them or run from them either. You just watch them drift in and then drift away. This is the core of acceptance and commitment therapy, or ACT. Acceptance does not mean you have to like the thought or agree with it. Not at all. Acceptance means that instead of wasting energy fighting the thought, you allow it to be there without judging it. You say to the thought, "I see you, but you are just a thought, not a fact. You are just words and images in my mind." One of ACT's most brilliant techniques is cognitive diffusion, the act of unfusing from your thoughts. And there are some fun ways to do this. For example, try singing your anxious thought to the tune of "Happy Birthday," or give it a silly name. Whenever that obsessive thought pops up, you can say, "Oh, hello, Mr. Worrywart, you're back again?" And there's another incredibly smart technique. Instead of fighting your worries, schedule an appointment with them. This is called worry postponement. You set aside a specific, limited time each day, say 15 minutes, as your official worry time. Whenever a worry pops up during the day, you tell yourself, "Okay, that's an important worry, but it's not time for you now. I'll give you my full attention at 5 p.m. This does something magical. First, it proves to you that you do have control over your worries and can manage when you engage with them. Second, by the time your worry time actually arrives, many of those worries don't seem so big or scary anymore. You're training your brain that it doesn't have to drop everything and spiral the moment a worrisome thought appears. So what was that secret to mind control I promised at the beginning of the video? The secret is that control doesn't mean fighting. Real control means choosing the right tool for the right situation. Sometimes you need focused distraction to get through a crisis. Sometimes you need to be like a Zen master, simply observing your thoughts as they pass by. Sometimes you need to intelligently train your brain to hit the brakes. And sometimes you just need to schedule an appointment with your worries. You are the master of your mind, not a prisoner of your thoughts. We started with polar bears and ended up exploring the intricate architecture of our own minds. We saw how our most powerful tool in this journey is the conscious choice of how we respond. I truly hope this video has been helpful. We're like a family here, learning and growing together, and we love you guys. If you found value in this, hitting that like and subscribe button gives us the energy to create more content like this. And you might find these 2 videos that are popping up on your screen interesting as well. Maybe the next time an intrusive thought appears, instead of panicking, you'll ask yourself, "All right, which tool am I choosing today?"